Your brain is secretly terrified of becoming wealthy, and it's sabotaging your bank account every single time you get paid. For most of human history, saving for the future was a death sentence, and your biological hardwiring still thinks it's living in a cave. Meet our stickman Sam. Sam has a modern job, but he has an ancient brain. When Sam sees his paycheck hit his bank account, his brain doesn't see financial freedom. It sees a pile of resources that need to be consumed before they disappear. This is the survival-based sabotage that keeps most people trapped in a cycle of work, earn, spend, repeat, regardless of how much their salary grows. Today, we're going to dive into the 7 psychological principles of a wealth mindset to show you exactly how to rewire Sam's survival brain to stop fearing wealth and start building it. The first reason Sam's mind is scared of being rich is a lack of future self continuity. To Sam's brain, the version of him that exists 10 years from now is a complete stranger. Neurologically, your brain is more willing to steal from your future self to give your current self an impulse purchase because it doesn't emotionally connect the two. Wealthy people have rewired this by making their future self feel like a real person they care about. The habit is simple. You must pay your future self first, not after the bills are paid, but before any spending begins. This mental shift changes money from something you use up into something you invest in, a person you actually know. The second principle is creating intentional friction. Sam's brain evolved in an environment where acquiring resources took massive physical effort, but today, spending money requires almost no effort at all. One tap, one click, and the money is gone. This effort mismatch is a trap because your emotional brain is significantly faster than your rational brain. By intentionally adding friction, deleting saved credit cards, removing shopping apps, or waiting 48 hours before buying something non-essential, you force your rational brain to catch up. You aren't being cheap. You are protecting your brain from its own speed. The third principle is understanding status versus assets. Sam's survival brain is programmed to notice status symbols, the shiny car, the designer label, and the visible signs of success, because in a tribe, status meant safety. However, quiet wealth is built by training the brain to admire what people own rather than what they show. When Sam starts noticing cash flow, equity, and skills instead of luxury brands, his goals begin to change. He stops trying to look rich and starts focusing on becoming wealthy. Those are often two completely different paths. The fourth principle is overcoming hedonic adaptation. Have you ever noticed how a raise feels incredible for exactly 3 months, and then you're back to feeling like you don't have enough? This is your brain's ability to quickly normalize new levels of comfort. Sam's mind is scared of missing out, so as his income rises, his lifestyle inflates to match it. To rewire this, consciously increase your investments at the same rate as your raises. If you don't intentionally break the cycle of upgrading everything, you'll look wealthier on the outside while remaining financially stagnant on the inside. The fifth principle is understanding the invisible phase of compounding. Our brains are naturally wired to judge decisions by their immediate outcomes. $1 saved today doesn't make Sam rich, so his brain interprets the effort as pointless. But wealth isn't an event, it's a compounding effect. Growth is often invisible for years before it becomes a massive, life-changing force. Most people quit during this invisible phase because their survival brain demands immediate proof. Rewiring your mind means staying committed to the process long enough for the results to finally become visible. The sixth principle is the ability to delay positive feelings. Our ancient ancestors were safer with food now than food later. The modern world exploits this by offering buy now, pay later, and instant upgrades. Building wealth requires reversing this ancient wiring by choosing recurring rewards over instant ones. Instead of asking what feels good in this moment, a wealth mindset asks what will provide benefits for years to come. A purchase gives satisfaction once, but an asset can provide benefits repeatedly. The seventh principle is shifting from a consumer mindset to a value creation mindset. Most people approach wealth backwards by focusing only on the money they want to get. But lasting wealth usually follows value. The marketplace rewards people who solve problems, increase efficiency, or provide useful skills. When Sam stops asking, "How can I get more money?" and starts asking, "How can I become more valuable?" He rewires the very system that generates financial outcomes. Wealth becomes a byproduct of the kind of person he has become. Someone who learns, thinks critically, and solves problems. These 7 principles aren't about luck or secret information. They are about practical mental patterns that anyone can learn. Your brain is always adapting. The question is whether it is adapting to distraction and impulse or to focus and long-term thinking. You don't need a massive breakthrough to start. You simply need to begin making small decisions that compound over time. If you found this useful and it changed the way you think about your financial habits, start applying these principles today. I'm curious, which of these psychological shifts do you think is the hardest for your brain to accept? Let me know in the comments and start training your mind for the wealth it's currently too scared to hold.